guy, it's your favorite four-eyed guy here, Bitelo. And Kajeno Kenalen Pinchaka, Figo, DJ Figo here. What's up, DJ Figo?
Wow. First of all, I'd just like to thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, and what an amazing platform to actually, get an interview and also just people to know about me
and your business,
and to other people about my business and what I'm into.
Okay, no, cool. I'm happy to have you. Me and Figo have been friends for the longest time, and I can tell you one thing: when it comes to entrepreneurship, Figo has always been always making money, trying to earn an extra buck. I tell you, Figo used to cut my hair for an extra buck. Yeah, you would think he's a buddy and you'd cut my hair for free. None of that. Cut my hair for a buck. Also washing cars, and then he started getting into the DJing stuff, and then at least the DJing you got for free because used to do sets, practice sets. But then it got better, and I was blessed to hear some of the best mixes, some of the best music, because I love music, and I guess our friendship is brought together as well by the music. So a lot of house music I got introduced to by Figo, Nqaba, and man, wow, it's been a great journey to see him from Mwaqonilente to where he is today. It's something that inspires me continually, and when you check his social media, he's always out there doing something, pushing his business, and that's what we appreciate, and that's why we have him here today, besides the fact that Kempen Chaka. But I believe he has such a great wealth of knowledge to share, and just let us into what wealth means to him. Figo Twana, I'm telling Figo, entrepreneurship. How did it start? I just told about Tuguti Vele when Abdala, Uskuni Vele and all that. But what is it that inspired you or got you into entrepreneurship in those early days?
Yeah. Okay. The first thing that I actually believed in is being independent. That was one of my strong points where I felt like, independence is one thing that will take you anywhere.
Yeah.
So I believe also that having to be focused on whatever you want to do also helped. So in those early days, obviously, in our families, we a lot, and we always have to share everything.
Indeed. Yeah.
So my mind told me, look, for you to be able to have your own way and to have build your own wealth, in a sense, you need to do things by yourself and for yourself.
Indeed.
So that's when I decided, look, I'm gonna try my level best to try anything to make extra money and do anything that will help me help my family
and help yourself
and help myself also. Yeah. So that's where it all began for me, and then I didn't stop there. I just kept on going. Any opportunity that I saw, I was like, hey, let me try this out. And obviously, there were challenges there and there, but you're always trying to overcome things and become even better at what you do.
Indeed, Injalo, and that's called growth.
Yes.
The importance of the exposure, growing up. I think honestly, you were my exposure to entrepreneurship in my early years.
Yes.
Like now that I've had that convo about how you always were doing that.
Yeah.
So what are your entrepreneur exposures and the kind of exposure that led you to become an entrepreneur?
Okay, I think what led me to become an entrepreneur is actually seeing how some people can do things so easy without actually making that much of an effort. But also at the same time, it's just the thrill of making something for yourself, and also, having that thing that belongs to you and being proud of it.
Yeah.
So that was actually the main reason I started to become an entrepreneur, because it's all about the journey and the adventure that you go into on a daily. So that's one thing that actually got me like, wow, I need to try this.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. So, mentors or role models that impacted your entrepreneurship journey in a significant manner?
Well, I would actually start from, let me just say, from television. I used to watch a lot of TV growing up. So, So, you'd see a lot of things happening on TV and you'd learn from that. And then back at home, obviously, family, got your cousins, trying to do some things, and you learn from that, and you'll be like, wow, that's something. And then obviously growing up, I saw Abu DJ like Coffee, the late DJ Monday, Abu Fresh, and all of those guys. So you also learn from them and see, okay, this is how things are done. This is how I can empower myself and elevate to the next level.
And doing something that you are like self-taught in, because I don't remember you going to any particular DJ school for any period of time. Yes, you went to engineering school, but what it was just a passion that you decided you were going to pursue. And most DJs, manjalo, you were starting something that is something very popular now. There's so many DJs right now. It's such a booming career to go into. It's a career now. It's not just something you do on the side. So, what would you say? Okay, when it comes to this winning game, right? There's a lot of losses. When it comes to the winning game. So what are some of those losses? What are the L's that you incurred, and what have you learned from those L's?
Look, I think in every industry there's always that time where you lose and you learn. When I started with this DJing thing, I went into it because it was all about passion. And I loved each and every angle of it. I loved from, the sound, the decks, the music, everything about it. So when you meet people, different people, there are people who help you and there are people who use you. So those who use you, you learn something from them, and those who teach you, so you see, so it's a give and take sometimes, but you always try not to focus on the losses, you see, so you always look at the good side of it, and then you hold on to that, because I feel, each and every industry has its own ups and downs, like advantages and disadvantages. So in the DJing field, you always just have to try and be up above everybody, try and be a step ahead, try and have better advantage than the next guy. So that's how I see it, and that's how I've been doing it.
What keeps you motivated and Nqaba?
I think it's just waking up. Waking up each day, I just become motivated. Like, look, here's another gift of life. Go do best. See how far you can take it, or how far you can go with it. But just waking up, I think keeps me going, and also seeing people flourish. Also that motivates me a lot.
Nqaba, like we hardly ever, I don't even think school at Tina. Yes, there were times where we had talks, but mental health is not something as common as abantu, right? Especially amajita. So manje wena mental health yakho into idila ngayo kanjani, and what do you have you gone for counseling? Is counseling something that you've done?
I'll be honest with you, I've never gone for counseling, but my dad is one person that I always talk to, and he helps me to understand situations, and he helps me to figure out how to deal with them, and advises me how to work through other things and never give up on whatever I'm pursuing.
For sure.
Okay,
cool. If I know one thing for sure is that like your father is a very present person in your life. It's It's a good thing. I guess he also taught you about the importance of relationship and talking to people.
Not true, because he's a people's person, funny enough. So I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
I mean, even the confidence. He has tons of. I'm a shy person.
Yeah.
But through him, I learned how to become, at least, interactive with people and become confident, because I can tell, look, with confidence you can go far. Yeah.
No doubt. So we are touching on the next question, Nyana. How to maintain good relationships and the importance of good relationships in business.
I believe that in business you always need to be straightforward and honest.
Yeah.
So, and always show people your visions and your agendas, because some people have hidden agendas when it comes to businesses and whatnot. So when you're always open and you're straightforward, and you basically, if you don't hide things from people, I think that's when business can grow and become even better.
Okay.
Yes.
So maintaining a good relationship is being open.
Yes, and honest.
Cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of good relationships, and we've just touched on one of the most valued relationship that you have with your father. What are some other relationships that are equally, not maybe equally, but also contribute to your life in a valuable way?
Look, there's a lot of people I've interacted with, and I've learned a lot from them, and we have good relations, and I've learned how to control my emotions and how to control business as in how to grow it and how to sustain it. So there's a lot of people. The thing is, I wouldn't be naming people because there's a lot of them, and I wouldn't want to leave out some.
People. Okay.
So there's a lot of them, and I really treasure those people because they showed me and taught me everything that I know today.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. Paying dues. What dues have you had to pay to get to where you are right now, and what are you still having to do in order to maintain your wealth creation?
Okay, paying dues, I think it's just about how loyal you are to something.
Yeah.
Yes. So I've been loyal to a lot of establishments.
Yeah.
So I've paid my dues there, where I've been doing things for close to nothing.
Yeah.
Just trying to grow my brand and also grow my experience.
Yeah.
So sleepless nights, having to walk kilometers and kilometers from one place to another, going back home.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of sacrifices and pains that I've been going through. But it always comes with that love you have for something. If you love something, you go an extra mile or do whatever it takes, even if it hurts your pocket or whatever, physically or mentally. You just try your best to get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool stuff. Books are an important part of just knowledge and growing yourself as a person. What are some of the books that you've read and enjoyed and made you into the Figo that we know?
Look, I'm not a books person per se, but I always go into these people's profiles.
Yeah.
Like I would read DJ Smooth's profile and how they made it, how far they're going. He has a book out. Like for me, I'm not a person who reads a lot, but I try to check what's going on around me and who's doing what and how are they doing it. So that's something that helps me.
Yeah. No, they say study the greats and you become greater.
Yeah.
So you are studying the greats of our time.
Yes.
Yeah, indeed. Okay. What are your top favorite local brands or products? Even not just local, but African as well, because you're not just a South African.
Yes. So back in the day, when we, I think it was 2009, if not 9, somewhere there. There was a guy who he actually inspired me to start my brand, Varied. Yeah. So that clothing brand, when it started, I was like, what's going on? okay. Then I got to understand what kind of brand it is, and then your auction cultures came through. And then it was Amakikipi that also came through. So there's been a lot of brands coming, and you become so inspired. You're like, okay, let me also try this brand thing, but also not. I'm not a designer per se, but I feel like one day maybe I can find someone to design something that will actually speak to me and my people out there.
Okay. What's your relationship with money? Like, we all have. I think my relationship with money is getting better. I know how to attract it. I just don't know how to keep it.
No, I think we in the same boat. But I try by all means to keep it sometimes, and then try to reinvest it. So I always try and reinvest my money into the business, because my business has been running since 2016, and it's still going strong. And look, I wouldn't say I've made it, but I'm proud of where I am right now and how it's doing.
Okay, what is your business besides just DJing? What do you do?
Okay, I have a company that deals with entertainment.
Sure.
So it's a recording company with music and also DJing.
Okay.
Yeah. So with music, it's sound that I hire out to weddings, corporate events, pubs, restaurants, so forth. And then with the recording, it's actually something that I started 2019, where I had an artist that I was promoting and recorded him and stuff. So that went quite well for the first time. I actually saw that there's something there. And then obviously with the other side of the business, where I'm a DJ, that concludes everything about the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright then, so we just spoke about the relationship and then what's your definition of, but before we get there, like just like I said earlier, in Nqaba, we grew up together. We been back in those days.
I used to get so angry.
So Figo started off Elema Jaivan, and that's how I've known him since primary school. So, but before Rekopana, where is Figo from?
Alright, Figo was born in exile, Tanzania. This was 1985.
Sure.
In a town called Morogoro. Yes. Then moved to South Africa, I think in 1990. In Soweto. We stayed there for like a brief time. I think like 4 or 5 years. And then we moved to Pretoria, where I lived most of
this is where we met.
Yes, I'm still staying in Pretoria even today. So grew up naughty but good boy.
I can say that he was naughty. I was a prefect in primary school, and this guy and his friend were fucking problems. I tell you.
No, look, it was just a young boy who, was trying to find himself. But at the same time, trying to have a good time. So I terrorized a few people in my growing up days, especially in primary school. I'm sure a lot of people would actually be surprised to actually see, hey, wow, he's still here. So I think right now I'm still in Pretoria. I went to primary school with you, Valala Primary, and then we obviously separated. I went to work there, and you went to PTHS, the Lani schools. You know how it is.
I don't know about that. Just because the school was in your neighborhood, that doesn't mean it's not Lani. There were kids coming from other places on the hoods and saying, look at a VTH.
Yes.
VTH. I saw a lot of VTH. Because it was like my second high school, because it was just around
the corner. So from there, that's when things happened. We did a lot of things at VTH, where I started to do events also.
Oh yes, Shama, you mentioned
Shama
trains.
events,
Yeah,
trains, stuff.
shit, I remember that.
Went to a lot of parties, dancing, and also learning this music thing.
And that time you rolled yourself into a ball. I will never forget that. Guys, I missed that.
That never happened.
I can't, I wish we had phones back then.
That's a story.
Because
that has never
we would
happened.
have this on record.
No. That has never happened.
And not just rolling to himself into a ball, but Temsa says someone was bouncing him up and down like a basketball. That shit must have been a dancing.
My goodness.
And
how do you believe Dave's out of all people?
that's unbelievable. Why not? Anyway, we spoke about, obviously Nkulu is something that is part of your life. So what are some of those songs besides you just waking up and be thankful for life? But I'm sure there's songs that just make you think, he's a brother. I'm amped, I wanna do this.
You know, music for me always goes with the mood. Yeah, if I'm in a certain mood, I'll listen to like good lounge music, good R&B.
So when you are in a work mood,
when I'm in a work mood, that's where I need to be amped up. You know? Like I need to have like, I would listen to hip hop, I would listen to deep house, that's things that get me in the mood.
And what are some of those songs? Like name a track and that comes first to mind.
There's a lot because I think what's this? Jay-Z is one person that I listen to a lot. And then I also listen to Nas also. And then locally, WHP was like one of my faves. And then obviously Squatter Camp, those guys I used to listen to a lot. I will Ammunition also, they were dope. So you know those songs where you just listen consciously and you can tell with you know what, I want now they actually thought of what they were doing. And it was something to think about. So those kind of songs will get you somewhere. But when it comes to your deep house, there's a lot. Because I will at jazz, I still listen to Raf Gam, Rocos, all that House Nations, But nowadays, we listen to everything, piano. They also amped us up sometimes where you go into a gig and then you just pump that nice song. Far into the mood. You know how it is.
What is your definition of wealth?
Wealth for me, it's something that will always be there, and something that will always sustain you for the rest of your life and for your seeds that you left behind or for your family. So for me, I think owning like a legacy, that's wealth for me.
Sure. Okay.
Okay,
my rules are fit too. Some of the wealth creators that you look up to and say, yes, the way they've hustled, the way they've went about creating their wealth. This is something I look up to and want to establish for myself. Who are those?
I look at Michael Jordan. He was a sports person, and then he went into baseball after that, and then he made a partnership with Nike, where he did his own. I think that's one person who has made a lot of wealth for himself and for his family. And then locally, I look at DJ Stu. I mean, he's also one person who never gives up, and he always strives to get to the next level always. So such people always keep me, motivated, and I might not seem like I don't look at others, but we always see what's happening, but we don't voice it.
Okay. Ngiyabonga very much for Zwakala. So chila nami.
No, thank you for having me, and I hope this won't be the last time.
No, definitely there'll be other shows that I invite you on. Not just business, but just lifestyle and entertainment. But yes, that is it for namhlanje. Siyabonga ukuthi you came through and checked it out. Go find Figo online. I don't normally say this. This is probably the first episode I'll be saying this on, but like, subscribe, comment in the section down there.
Yes.
Comment, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, tell us who you want to see, and tell us what other questions should we be asking. But anyway, siyabonga. As they say, Kaslami, so and I'd like to add to that, so iphele nya in
Thank you.